Actor Will Smith experienced a career high at the 2022 Oscars. He won his first ever Oscar for Best Actor in the movie King Richard. After 3 decades of acting and 3 nominations, Smith finally won for his portrayal of Richard Williams, the father of tennis superstars Venus and Serena Williams. Such a great moment for Will, but it was overshadowed by him jumping to defend his wife. His wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, she was offended by one of comedian Chris Rock's jokes. While on stage, Chris Rock made a joke about seeing Jada Pinkett in G.I. Jane 2 because her head was shaved off like the woman who played G.I. Jane. At first, Will laughed along with the crowd, but he looked over at Jada, saw that she was upset, so he jumped up and went and slapped Chris Rock, who was in shock, and he was like, "Will Smith just slapped the crap out of me."
Okay.
That's when Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington, they went over to Will Smith, basically to have a quick brother man talk, and was like, "Will, you gotta calm down, brother. You embarrassed us in front of all these white folks. They not gonna invite us back no more for another 10 years for this." By the way, remember when Jada Pinkett, she was leading the Oscars boycott, #Oscars so white? Well, ma'am, this is the reason why the Rosenbergs didn't want y'all there. Chris Rock, he's telling a joke, which he didn't have to do, but he's a comedian. And I thought about it for a minute. Would Chris Rock have done this to anybody else? Or did he just target them because they're black? And the conclusion that I came up with is that Chris would have done this to anybody. And I don't believe that he targeted them. But on the other hand, do you believe that Will Smith would have reacted that way if, let's say, Chris Rock was a Rosenberg? You can go ahead and answer that below. But now with this PC culture, you can never really say anything. Everybody's going to be offended at any time. Took a poll here. Was Will Smith wrong for slapping Chris Rock over Jada Pinkett Smith? The results here about 80-20, with 80% of people saying that Will was wrong for doing what he did. And I'm going to explain to you why I agree with that. So really quick, we're going to get into 5 reasons why Will Smith is going to have to hold this L. It's a shame we got to hold the L and the Oscar at the same time, but it's all cool. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Click the notification bell for all updates. And if you're new, include new subscriber in the comments below. And I'm going to try my best to respond to all of you. All right, number 5. His wife is an embarrassment to the family. We have to admit this, that Jada Pinkett, she is embarrassing Will every chance that she's able to do it. From her red table talk to interviews, publicizing her affair. I mean, really making Will look very, very weak. People are like, oh, he has to defend his queen. No, Jada is not a queen. Jada is an old 304, and yes, she's his wife. But you don't risk it all like this and defend women who don't respect, honor, or submit to you. Women can't be out of order and out of line, disrespectful, and still expect for their men to defend them. Number 4, if he was going to confront Chris Rock, he should have done it backstage, privately. See, by doing this in front of everybody, what Will showed everyone is how to get under his skin. People can literally test him anywhere now. He could be anywhere in public and people will try to get at him in order to get a reaction, file a lawsuit. There's just no way that you can go around putting paws on everybody. And because his wife is constantly embarrassing him in public, there's going to be other occasions and other reasons for people to troll him. So yeah, if he wanted to say something to him, he shouldn't have done it on live television. And of course, LAPD, they saw it along with everyone else, but they said that Chris Rock, he's not filing any charges. Number 3. He's gonna have to hold this L because he wouldn't have done this to a Rosenberg. Even if Jada was upset, if it was somebody else on stage doing that, he wouldn't have reacted that way. He knew who to do that with. You don't get any points for Chris Rock. Now, if he would have tried that with that transgender or any other comedian, it would have been a showdown. And we all know that Will, he would have held back if that was somebody else up there who had the power to run them out of Hollywood. But of course, because it was another black entertainer up there, he felt comfortable to go up there and do what he did. I'm like 100% sure on that. If that was one of those execs at Disney or Warner Brothers, I don't think that would have happened. Number 2. Alopecia doesn't mean she's dying, she's just bald-headed. People are like, oh, why would you talk about somebody who has alopecia? Like, get out of here. She's not a cancer patient, she just has alopecia. And unfortunately, it's a lot of black women walking around with alopecia or some form of it, some form of balding, different spots in their heads or their edges. Others may be experiencing alopecia because of genetics or damage from wearing certain types of hairstyles. But alopecia isn't life-threatening. Let's face it, at the end of the day, comedians, they joke on everybody. If you go to a comedy show and you're there in front of them in the audience, you could become the joke. That's what comedians do. They talk about short people, fat people, ugly people, disabled people. No one's safe around a comedian. And then the number one reason why Will Smith is going to have to hold this L. He did not have that same energy for August Alsina. We're talking about a man who told everybody about sleeping with your wife. On top of that, he happens to be one of the close friends to one of your kids. Your wife was messing around with your son's friend. He did an interview about it, and then he made a song about it. If anybody deserved this type of energy, if it was another man, it would be August Alsina, but honestly, it should be your wife. She's the one who's been embarrassing you all this time. And that's why you have all this built up pressure and decided to take it out on Chris Rock. You know, a lot of people say, oh, he's defending his wife. Yes, you're supposed to defend and protect your wife, but not over this and not in this way. Let's face it, these people don't even honor their own marriage. Neither one of them. You can't go around talking about this high regard and respecting family and being there with family when y'all go around messing around with other people. You have an open relationship. I don't care what anybody says. There's no honor amongst swingers. So please save that. Just stop it. But yeah, the real winner here for me is Denzel Washington. Always the upstanding adult in the room. He was able to smooth this over along with Tyler Perry. A lot of people, they're having fun laughing about this and talking about this, especially black women who hate black men. They have that same energy like Jada, always setting up black men to defend them, putting them in the grave or in the penitentiary. After all this went down, his son Jaden Smith took to Twitter. He's boasting about his dad slapping Chris Rock. He said, and that's how we do it. Like, if he don't sit his little self down somewhere. Because we all know how they do a lot of stuff, the whole family. And they're an embarrassment. I don't want to hear nothing about how we do it from a man running around in girl clothes. So Jaden, he need to have a seat permanently. But I don't believe that this is a good look. Once again, Will Smith and his family, they're making black people look foolish. The whole entanglement, that was goofy enough. And now you see them on national TV getting upset and then running up on stage putting paws on another black man. This is supposed to be the Hollywood elite, not Love and Hip Hop. So that's it for my 2 cents and the 5 reasons why Will Smith must hold this L. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. Special thank you to Laren. I appreciate you for your support, as well as Keith, Aaron, and Dark Power. Want to see more content like this? You can support the channel too. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.